please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? So it's been about a week since we looked in on the Lolcowlive crew, and since Tommy FCTP is back from his vacation, it seems only right we see how they're getting on. I noticed that there's been a bit of speculation as to whether or not Boogie2988's tattoo is real, as it does seem to be fading with time. That will be a separate discussion for another day, I think, because if it's not real, then of course the argumentation presented by many, the detractors, that this is all manufactured drama will certainly have more credibility lent to it. Instead, we're going to go to Twitter and go through some tweets of a spiraling out of control situation that took place last night, yesterday, day before, over the weekend. Let's go with that. I'm on this, you can tell. Lolcowlive. I can't stop lying / crying. They literally can't set a time to stream. When I was running the streams, I just gave them orders. I'm going live tonight and you must be there. It's going to be 6 days till the stream. They're talking about going live tomorrow, but also have no idea what to talk about. So maybe that doesn't even happen. They still want to do that thing where they get other lolcows on the show because they think that's the identity of the show. It's not. The show is way bigger than just that angle. I mean, off the top of my head, I can think of like 10,000 different things to talk about, but they can't think of one. They're keeping the editor on, even though they're only doing live streams from now on. So they're basically going to pay the editor $2,000 a month to make a thumbnail. Also, apparently, Wings wants to do one stream a week. How the hell is the show even going to survive once a week? They're so lost. Probably the funniest thing is someone leaves a message in our group chat and then the other cows take 10 hours to respond. We're talking Twitter. You literally get a notification on your phone and then take 10 hours to respond. ... This is going to be a disaster. All three of them are helpless. It's Keem, by the way, that wrote this. Willie Mac. If this is their biggest source of revenue, they should go live every other day. Fight with people, talk shit, and then get them on live. Show would be peak. Now, there was another angle to this going on, and it concerned being asked to sign a real, let's air quote that word, NDA. Something which Tommy C refused to do, and understandably so, because if he went against this faux NDA, and we're going to call it that because of what he called it on his own show, and he breached it, he'd be made to do some forfeit, like, well, Boogie getting a tattoo on his face. I'm baffled by this, by the way. Right now, Lolcowlive is hot, but apparently for it to maintain its status as hot, Keem has to be there to tell people what to do. If I had a channel like that, I'd be on it every day. I know people who do this every day. They cover drama every day, and they should do the same. They should go through these instances, these situations, these moments, and give them the breathing room. Allow them to cook. Of course, the idea of bringing on a guest is a fantastic idea, and I fully understand and support that. But what makes the show really interesting is when you guys go off, like a queen. So Keem has a point here. You seem to think less is more in some instances, but at the same time, if you want to get the most out of this and make decent money doing it, then you want to be as active as you can possibly be. Tommy C retweeted by saying no lolcow tonight. Accompanying it is a 45-second video.
It says one simple thing, and they want to wing it. And nobody's there to do the goddamn stream. So there is no stream tonight. And I will delete any stream they put up until they have a meeting, because they'll sit there and they'll talk and text, and they'll go on, but they won't actually say, let's go in Discord and have a meeting and iron this thing out and set a schedule. And it actually isn't Keem's fault. Keem just said, all he said was twice a week. That's it. And they have panicked ever since, because we were going to go back Tuesday, which we're probably going to end up going back Tuesday anyway, because nobody can get together. So this thing was scheduled. Everybody worked their weekends on. Keem said one thing, and they've all freaked out since. So I'm going to get them in a meeting, and hopefully we'll get a schedule for you as soon as possible. Have a good one. Bye.
Tommy later tweeted, okay lol, have Lolcow Prem have been taken away. Something is up, it's been fun.
I think that's what Keem wants. He wants to feel like it can't run behind his back. So we had a schedule, we had everything taken care of, and I think he put the fear of God into both of them, and there's some kind of stunt going on. So apparently the stream is back on. I've had nothing to do with it. I don't think the plan was have me have anything to do with it, so good luck, enjoy yourselves tonight, because I have no idea what's happening, and I think everybody's being taken for a ride. So yeah, I think what happened was we got the schedule, we got everything straight. Keem put the fear of God into both of them. They started panicking, doing every little thing, and there is some kind of stream, and there is some kind of plan tonight, probably between Boogie and Keem. My permissions are gone, probably won't be around much longer. I gave it my best. Good luck, guys.
Nick Diorio, this stream is why I wouldn't sign an NDA. They went off schedule and did a stream blaming you. If you signed, you wouldn't be able to defend yourself. Tommy, it's a catch-22. If I signed the legally unenforceable NDA, the public would have been told I have violated, so I had to go. By not signing it forced them to make me a bad guy publicly, so it was easier to let me go. How many people have been fired now? You know what, we'll get to that in a moment. Reply to Tommy from Oh Joshi. So does Keem have to buy your fake shares of the show if he fires you like he fake fired Boogus? Or will you be S out of luck? Reply or retweet lol. Luna Parks. Tommy, you should have just took control of the show. If you set up the day and came with topics to talk about, then they would follow suit. You have to replace Keem's job in order for the show to work because both Wings and Boogie are those words. Reply, Keem took away my YouTube prems, bud. Reply, I'm talking about what you should have done as in past tense. Tommy was not allowed back then. Keem was in control of everything other than when I streamed the show. It's his show, my man. Mike Hejra. Bro, you've been with your family for 3 weeks and you can't go live today? LMFAO. If I did that stuff to my work, I'd get yeeted and deleted instantly. Tommy, I cannot stream now. Steam now, sorry. Last one for the night, I'm getting a lot of these. It looks to me like they made sure I could not go live and went live in hopes to get all you to hate me or something. Lol. On Thursday, Wings and Boogie and myself agreed on the next stream time, and I made my plans based on that agreement. There has been a weird panic in DMs since, and I some kind of work. Sorry, I will be responding, just not now. Reply again to another Tommy tweet. It's unfortunate so they're all screwing with you whatsoever. F the mole. If they don't want you on, they don't want you on just because you won't sign the freaking NDA, so whatever. Tommy, I think that is what it comes down to. Oh well. Derpy. Tommy, after doing some research, reading some Reddit, I've come to the conclusion that you truly may be the only person on the show who isn't artificial. Quite frankly, I don't understand how you even ended up in this mess considering you've never been considered a lolcow. As far as I was aware, the reason why is because DSP was not available. Think all those microtransactions he could have bought, paid for, with the money he would have made from Lolcowlive. Also, back and forth with DSP, Boogie, and Wings. Now that's interesting. Especially if you can then get someone like DSP to see something like sense. Tommy's not a lolcow, you're right. He's been on a few shows in the past, he's worked with a few of these people, mostly Keem, so there is a working relationship there and they needed somebody who could perhaps be more of a voice of reason. In the context of featuring Boogie and Wings together, you needed someone like Tommy to bounce, balance, keep it in order. But when all this Boogie stuff kicked off, Tommy was on holiday, which is Sod's Law really, or Murphy's Law for the Americans. So with him missing out on all of this when he watches it from afar, he's seeing all these weird little consequences and realizing this isn't quite what I signed up for. Now I'm assuming most of you have worked out what's going on, but I'm going to continue reading tweets so we can just get to the end of that and go through that as well. Xylee, Boogie, you really coming for Tommy like that? You absolute piece of plop. Boogie, you are nothing without Lolcowlive. Go lie about your cancer and scam people, you poop bag. Now to be clear, if you're going to dunk on somebody, Boogie, it really shouldn't be Tommy. Let's face it here, you are the instrument of your own destruction, and your tattoo looks like it might well be a fake, fading out of existence, kind of like your career. You need Lolcowlive to succeed, and to keep it at a level where you all benefit quite well from it monetarily, you need to actually pull your thumb out of your backside. Let's not forget here, you Boogie are doing nothing away from the keyboard. Therefore you have time to observe, to absorb, to take in. Other people like myself have work. Many people in fact have jobs. It's, called employment for a reason. You though don't. This is your life, and it has been for a long time. Wings is a streamer. You are not. You should stream more. Muta told you this when you said you sat all day playing, Halo or Fallout or something. You could have just streamed that. You didn't have to say anything. But you are the, most inactive person I've ever encountered. One of the laziest creators. says the guy using a still image. You will do everything you can to not do something, and going off on Tommy for not falling in line? That sounds like somebody who is a bit of a sycophant. Are you the deep? Is Keemstar Homelander in this? Is Wings meant to be then A-Train? Are you meant to suck him off? Keemstar. Lolcowlive. I didn't start a stream or cancel a stream today. They are fighting with each other and Boogie is trying to go live and Tommy is cancelling the stream based on the group DMs. Update. Boogie restarted the stream. Reply, I feel like I speak for all of the internet when I say I don't care about Boogie. I don't care if he dies, if he lives, if he's fat, if he's thin, I don't care. Why should I care about some obese dude from the internet that was known like 10 years ago? Now, I don't really care so much about that, but it tickled me to no end. But the fact that they were arguing enough to not start or to start and not start streams is amusing. These are out of order, aren't they? I've done this out of order again. This is so dumb. I'm really sorry about that. Tommy. Okay, so now I can answer all your questions in 30 minutes. Reply from Keem, instead of coming on the show and explaining yourself, you're now taking Lolcow content and putting it on your own personal show. Just another mark against you, weirdo. Recently the word weird has had a bit of a renaissance, courtesy of the legacy media outlets in the United States going out of their way to use it, copy-paste almost, to describe J.D. Vance, the running mate with Donald Trump. Calling Tommy C a weirdo in this context seems a bit peculiar. Lolcowlive, fighter removed. Tommy CSFTP. Raphael Mania, Keemstar has now fired 4 out of 6 people on a show that supposedly has 4 equal partners excluding one of the partners. Many people in the replies to this Lolcowlive tweet are pretty much on the side of Tommy because they find it a bit strange to remove him because of infighting behind the scenes. Now, since this has happened, Lolcowlive has dropped 200 subscribers. Not a huge amount at this present moment, of course not. But your viewership is still in flux, so you need to be more proactive at keeping those who want to watch your content and of course continue to grow to succeed. Money is of course the beneficial aspect to it, and last month you got 2.5 million views, 23,000 subscribers. That is a huge increase, and there's no way you guys didn't make bank on that. Boogie did tweet, and Boogie said, "We are looking for a new host of @Lolcowlive. We will consider any of you, let's go." I don't think you should be replacing Tommy with anyone, unless it's DSP. If it's DSP, I'll watch it. I've been watching with bated breath to see how this Lolcowlive stuff would play out, and how it's currently playing out is quite amusing really, but it should be acknowledged that the removal from Tommy from the show, due to him not signing an NDA and a bit of infighting in Twitter DMs, a complete lack of preparation to put on a show, the 3 Ps apply here: prepare, practice, perform. There's a little bit of laziness here, especially from those who need this kind of money. The idea of there being faux NDAs or shares of ownership is an interesting dynamic of politics within this group. To apparently remove someone in the way that he has been removed is amusing. And by the way, this happened while he was live. It's on his show. If I had the bloody timestamp, I'd pull it up and play it for you, but it's a 3-hour live show. I'll link it down below if you want to watch. Tommy's one of those creators you can always just watch and enjoy from the side. Fairly reasonable commentator. And by fairly reasonable, I mean he's not too reactive for one side, but he will hold strong to opinion. But he's open to difference. I'm not saying that Wings and Boogie aren't, but they need someone like that if they're going to replace Tommy, if Tommy is even replaced in the first place. I'm not surprised this did happen though, because Tommy's been away for a few weeks while all this drama unfolded with Boogie. He missed all of it. So if you're going to take a dunk at somebody, it's going to be at the person who's not there when the best stuff the channel's ever experienced happens. Also the worst, but arguably the best depending on your interpretation of what is good for business. Often you hear when a tragedy strikes a live show that the show must go on. During the time with Boogie having these meltdowns and everyone holding him to the mark, it was suggested by Keem that the show become more of a live show because that's where the best work is. There's a point to that. But I also think there should be podcast episodes as well. That's where they should consider having guests on. In a live setting, some are unreliable and unpredictable. Do let me know what you think about this in the comments, because part of me thinks that Tommy has been screwed. I say part of me because, based on the fact Wings is still there, I can see Tommy being asked to go back. If Tommy wants to, that is.